Greetings and welcome to TFT Tarot for today, Divine Dabblings with Oberon and Banshee. This is me, Oberon, with my show, The Outlook on the Emotional Exchanges. And it's a program about emotional relationships, whether they are our primary ones, like marriages or boyfriend, girlfriends, or any variation thereof, or even, just more kind of family relationships or close friends. And of course, it's none of my business. Maybe you have more than one primary partner, who knows? But we're going to start off with a meditation or affirmation from the uh, Universal Love Oracle by Tony Carmine Salerno. I love this very much. I like using this deck for an opening collective meditation. So let's get right with that. Card. Spiritual growth. Isn't that wonderful? Spiritual growth. Take heart. This is a time of great spiritual growth. Powerful changes are taking place within you. It is important that you nurture yourself. Spend time in nature. Gaze at the stars at night. Walk along a sandy beach. You will emerge from this period with renewed understanding. Pools of knowledge swell from within. And once again, that's the Universal Love Oracle by Tony Carmine Salerno. And I like a number of Tony's other uh, decks or contributions to others' decks. I have a few of those, and just magnificent artist and interpretist. All right, so the reading for the emotional exchanges is, in fact, a two-card reading for each sign of the zodiac. And I pull from the top and the bottom of the deck. The top is the emotional energy or vibration that could be around you in this week ahead. And then the bottom card is the possibility of getting lucky. Will you get lucky? And of course, that's predicated on the idea that luck can be more than just the physical kind of getting lucky. It could also just be about romance in general or other aspects of love and emotional bonding. So let's get started. And like I mentioned, we are with the zodiac from Aries to Pisces. We're starting off with Aries, and that's Sun, Moon, or Rising. Aries, what is your bliss or vibration coming to you? And it's Four of Swords reversed. So Aries, maybe you've been laying low in the emotional exchanges department. Maybe you just haven't been feeling your normal self, but you are now moving into the recovery phase, or you have moved into it. And of course, this implies that maybe there were some sour or emotional feelings going on. That is, in fact, what you're recovering from. So you're feeling ready to re-engage. Will you be lucky, Aries? And it's Pentacles, so it means it will come with a price, but it's the Six of Pentacles. Sharing is caring, they always say that. I would imagine getting lucky involves really coming across as equals or as wanting to share strongly. So that's it for Aries. We will move on to Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising. Right. What is the kind of vibration or energy around Taurus in this week ahead? It's the reversed Seven of Pentacles. And the reversed Seven of Pentacles says you're ready, like maybe Aries, to re-engage. It might not be so much as coming back from a broken heart and re-engaging back that way again. I think that was the implication there. But no, Taurus, for you, it may be that you've been nurturing or simmering the idea of a relationship or of something that you love. And now at last you feel like you're ready to kind of start to really work on that project. All right, so will you be lucky? It's a major arcana, so good luck, yes. Good luck, maybe, I guess you would say. And it's death. And so the idea of something being reborn or rebirthing something is tantamount to getting lucky. The idea that maybe, in fact, this too represents the shade of returning somewhere or somehow something being reborn, a relationship or a situation. Good luck, Taurus. And we'll move on to Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Gemini, what is the vibration of love or relationships you're feeling? And ouch, it's the Ten of Pentacles, and it's upright. Gemini, there seems to be a possibility here that something is coming to a conclusion in terms of a relationship or your own strong feelings about a particular thing. There's also a sense maybe that this is not a good conclusion, that maybe you didn't expect this coming. It sort of is a surprise of some sort. And so there could be, some really hard feelings that you're dealing with right now. Will you get lucky? And it's Cups. It says it will come to you naturally, but it is the King of Cups reversed. And the King of Cups reversed may be emotionally distant, maybe feeling, meanness, mostly bitterness, mostly not necessarily wanting to lash out, but not really wanting to engage very much. So the idea could be that if you're going to be lucky, it will come to you naturally, but maybe it just seems like you have to soften some of your stance there, Gemini. Good luck. All right, we will move on to Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. What is the vibe? What is the energy around Cancer for the week? The lovely vibration. And ow, it's the Five of Pentacles. You're feeling kind of left alone. You're feeling like you're not fitting in with others, or you're left at the altar, as the picture kind of implies. So, Cancer, I don't understand exactly what's happening, but it feels like you're just trying really hard, but you're not seeing where your place is. And maybe that's, just your own emotional nature. You're picking up on some clues that other people might not, perhaps. Will you get lucky? Pentacles, so it will come with a price, and it's the Ace of Pentacles. Well, the Ace of Pentacles is the beginning of some project or situation that you really want to grow. And maybe that says, not accelerated growth, but, the natural kind of growth. But you're willing to invest. That's the big part about this, is that if you are on the beginning of a relationship, getting lucky really is about you taking the time to invest fully in this relationship. Good luck, Cancer. All right, we'll move on to Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. What is the vibrant energy around Leo? And it's the Page of Wands, but it's reversed. You feel like you're missing the connection of some sort. There may be somebody you're trying to connect with, but the communication seems to be faulty, possibly one-sided. Maybe somebody, one way or the other, isn't getting the message for a reason, because the message is in not getting the message. I'm just going to say that. So, Leo, will you get lucky? Swords, no. So we must be talking about the same thing here, perhaps. It's time to move on. It's time to move into a new direction. Two of Swords reversed. Okay, Leo, we will move on to Virgo. Sun, Moon, or Rising. Virgo, what is the energy around you? What is the emotion, vibration? And it is the Star reversed. And the Star reversed says, hey, Virgo, you're feeling kind of a little bit lackluster about your potential for the future. It feels really undesirable, no great destiny. And so you're pretty bummed, Virgo. You're expecting a lot more. Will you get lucky? And that's just current. It doesn't mean this is all time, by the way. So you will get lucky. It will come to you naturally, but it's the Ten of Cups. And so it means that maybe other people around you may suffer a little bit in this getting lucky, that maybe there's something else going on, that these relationships or situations possibly overlap in certain ways. So be careful whose feelings you may be hurting. All right, we'll move on to Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. What is the vibration that Libra will experience this week ahead? Upright Three of Wands. So Libra, there's an opportunity coming to you. It involves, networking, friendships. It involves growth. There may be some benefit to each other, enterprise-wise or otherwise, but I think the strength is in the emotions. So watch for this. It's an opportunity that just seems to be coming right towards you. I'm not sure if it has anything to do with will you get lucky, but bam, it's cups, and that means it will come to you naturally. And the Knight of Cups, I like this figure because it sort of displays a very fluid kind of idea about relationships. I know it's all the rage to say something's not bi, it's pan, or etc. So I don't want to embarrass myself by talking anymore about a situation that I'm decades too old to get involved in. But it looks like it will come naturally, and maybe it involves really being open with your feelings as you move towards situations. Being honest, being brave and noble. Nothing wrong with that, Libra. So we'll move on to Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising. What is your energy or vibration for the week ahead? Empress reversed. Scorpio, you need to spend a lot of self-care on yourself. It doesn't mean crawling into a cave and ignoring everybody else, but it means the consideration of pleasing yourself a little bit more, or making sure you're doing really good things for yourself. Maybe it's not about pleasing so much as just doing good things. Eat more fruit and vegetables, or get more exercise, drink more water, make sure you're taking all your meds on time. Well, you get lucky. And it's swords, so no, you're too busy taking care of yourself. But swords is the Eight of Swords, and it may be saying, really, this is a time for you to hold back in a way, even if you feel like you're doing this to yourself in a way, you're sort of imposing a limitation on yourself. It's maybe because you really do understand the value of taking care of yourself too. I'm just going to go with that one. All right, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. What is the vibe, the energy of the situations coming to you? It's the upright Five of Cups. You have a sense of melancholy or sadness that you've lost something important, emotionally speaking, and yet still within there is the opportunity to realize that some things may go on for you, and you just have to remember them too, and not draw off into too much sadness alone time. Will you be lucky? And it's Pentacles, so it will come with a price. It's the reverse Three of Pentacles, and the price just may be too high. It may be really saying that you need to spend some time being more organized and working within a structure that allows you to have input, but not necessarily the sole responsibility. So I don't know if that's teamwork or something else, but that's the feeling I get from that. Good luck on getting lucky. All right, on to Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. What is the vibration or energy around Capricorn? It's the Queen of Wands, upright. So Capricorn, you're more than just a little frisky here. You're feeling pretty empowered. You feel very brave. You don't feel brave in a reckless way. You feel brave in a confident, noble kind of way. You're willing to put yourself out there a little bit in terms of maybe being a little flirtatious. I don't know. Holy cow, I just realized that the tattoo on her leg is a black cat. I always love it when the black cat shows up on the Queen of Wands card. All right, will you be lucky? It's Wands. So you'll have to work at it, but you already think you will be. And it's the Ace of Wands. If you're working at it, you have to take it fresh. It's something new, and it has to be nurtured correctly. It has to be planted carefully, and you have to work with whatever possibilities arise. If it needs a little extra something, you have to be willing to help it. I sound like it's a garden. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. What's the vibe or energy around you, the emotional feel? And it's the Seven of Cups, so you feel there's a lot of possibilities. Um, if you're thinking about emotional things, there's just a lot going on for you, whether you're already in one relationship, but you think about other people you're close to in your life or situations. I mean, maybe, you and your besties are going to meet up at a Halloween party, things like that. So you're just really thinking of a lot of good, emotional, nurturing, feeling kind of options or situations coming to you or that you're involved in. Will you be lucky? It's one, so it will you'll have to work at it, and it's the Four of Wands, and that means you'll delight in working at it. The Four of Wands is really about building community or celebrating accomplishments, celebrating life. So these two really go hand in hand. I guess you're going to be lucky at the Halloween party. All right, Aquarius. That was Mr. O being silly. We're on Pisces then. Sun, Moon, or Rising. So Pisces, what is your vibe? What is the vibe coming to you for the week ahead? And you have the reversed Ace of Pentacles. So you're sort of feeling like the things you've been invested in actually working on in terms of emotional relationship building or situations, there's been delays or there's been things holding it back, or you're not properly aligned with the energy to work on these things right now. Maybe you don't have your heart into it for some reason. So right now you're just wondering what you can do to possibly jumpstart that. Your energy is a little bit, void at this point. It's not dead. Will you be lucky? And it's the reversed Wheel of Fortunes, Major Arcana. So that means good luck, which means maybe. And it is saying maybe unexpectedly some situation could happen, but it may have bad results rather than positive results. So, in other words, getting lucky might mean that maybe you would have wished you didn't for whatever reasons. All right, that was the emotional exchanges. So kind of down and dirty, but we're done. I'm going to remind everybody that we are back tomorrow, happy hour, at our normal time of 10 a.m. So we'll see you tomorrow for a live one card reading of positivity for everybody in the chat room. So that's Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're back Sunday too. It's Banshee's recorded Material Matters. It's also on at 10 a.m. Sunday morning. We are live in the chat room for the recording. We meet with the Tarot Tribe and discuss, the reading a little bit. Banshee's always articulating her reading quite well. So check it out. It's usually a great moment for us to reach out to each other. And of course, we're back Sunday with another live show, live streaming from 2 to 4 p.m. And of course, that's our regular live stream. We will answer questions there, but we get busy, so it fills up quick. You might want to show up earlier because we can only do so many readings in 2 hours and we will cut it off. All right, everybody, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.